Welcome back. The review of the Addis Ababa Declaration on Population and Development by UNFPA took place late last year. 20 young Namibians gathered with other young African minds and delved into the implementation of International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD at 30, hashtag AADBT at 10, focusing on its implications for Namibian youth and providing innovative solutions. Now, the delegates reviewed commitments in dignity and equality, health, place and mobility, governance, data and statistics, and partnerships, emphasized the importance of youth engagement in human-centered sustainable development and accountability mechanisms for hashtag ICPD. To share more on their involvement in this implementation is Junius David, a youth thought leader, and Dapandula Shakela, a youth advocate for persons with disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm good, thank you. Just to start with, Dapandula, talk to us about what motivated you to participate in the review of the Addis Ababa Declaration on Population and Development.
Okay. What motivated me, I just wanted to come out and stand up for my people, and also to be also to encourage them to come out, because I want to be, I want to empower them to come out, because most of people with disability are not comfortable with what they are and what they do. So I wanted them to come out for these opportunities.
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Junius, talk to us. Share, a specific example of how youth perspective influence policy decision during review processes.
Oh, thanks, Nina. First of all, the selection was just so inclusive. The youth that were selected, they were coming from diverse backgrounds. As we had students, we had young professions like me coming from a developing professional state, and also youth that were coming from various social groups and social programs in society, and also those that are working through channels of the UN, like AFRIAN. So it was just so inclusive, so that after the end of the review, we had a consolidated point of view among diverse youth that are coming from unique, diverse backgrounds. Yeah, so when the review is done, at least it has a inclusive voice of a variety of youth backgrounds.
These short, terms that we're using are quite a mouthful, but Davandula, talk to us about how you believe the implementation of the ICPD at 30, hashtag AADPD at 10 will directly impact the lives of Namibian young people.
It will impact them in a good way, because every youth was represented, starting from students, persons with disabilities, other youth were represented by their leaders, and it will affect them in a good way in the future forward.
Junius, you mentioned, of course, one of the goals was to have a unified voice among the young people, even though they come from different backgrounds. And I'm sure, of course, when you bring people together from different backgrounds, there's always challenges because there's different perspectives on different things. So were there any challenges or obstacles, that faced during the review, and how were they overcome?
Yes, of course, when you bring differences or different personalities and different professions coming from different backgrounds, you are expecting different point of views, and that's a strategy to have a consolidated output, as you say. And the challenges were that we were tasked to select only 3 pillars, because at the summit that was attended by ministers declaring these commitments, they had 88 commitments, but now they were divided into 6 pillars. For now, us, we are only supposed to select 3. But now the selection was a problem, because now we have a variety of different point of views. But democracy won at last. We had to vote, and we ended up voting for governance. As you know, you can't miss governance, and health. They say health is wealth, so we couldn't miss that one. And also coming from COVID-19, we wanted to touch that area, rectify it, and as well as gender dignity and equality, because Namibia, just recently the INTEX charts on gender equality were published, and Namibia was topping. So we didn't want to leave out those areas that Namibia is doing so well. Yes, so at the end, democracy won. We voted, and we voted for the most significant ones. But it was very difficult selecting among the three because we felt like they were all important.
Yeah. Talk to us about, the innovative solutions that were proposed by the young minds to address gaps in Namibia.
Oh yes, one of the innovative minds, as a collective, we found out that they were missing data because we didn't do census in 2020, which was supposed to be done based on other reasons, and that will be a discussion for another day. But we were told in the consultation that sometimes when civic organizations are in order, when the Home Affairs has better statistics, babies born get registered, then sometimes there are even countries that are not running census at the moment because their Home Affairs is on par, is in proper. So we are just coming up with that solution now to strengthen the Home Affairs to have all statistics in order, and maybe not even have census at some point like other countries. But we have also seen the transition of the Home Affairs being in town there. We used to see long lines there, but at the level where it is, it improved and it's doing well. But there's always areas of improvement.
Right.
That's what we want to see.
Tapandula, talk to us about how you envision the long-term effects of the reviewed commitments in dignity and equality, health, place and mobility, governance, data, statistics, etc., and partnerships. Talk to us about that.
Okay. There is about 50-50 for women and men. We spoke about Zeba published policy, which touch on what 50-50 for men and also women. What men can do, also women can do it, and also sometimes what women can do, also men can do that. Okay.
In what ways do you see the heightened awareness of youth perspectives contributing to positive change in Namibia?
In what way?
In what ways do you see that the heightened awareness of youth perspectives are contributing to positive changes within Namibian society?
In a good way, because most of the youth are coming out to speak for other youth, and also we are opening up other people to also come out to speak their problems out.
Yeah. Julius, what role do you believe this engagement plays in achieving human-centered sustainable development?
Oh yes, for reaching human sustainable development, I believe like having youth that have a voice for the masses out there, it builds trust and representation for those that are entering spaces like this, so that when the policies are made out there, then the majority or the mass at the ground, they feel like, oh, we had young representatives that we are. Because nowadays, everybody want to be part of something. And you'll get questions like, if a policy comes out there and youth didn't have any input in its development, they'll be like, what about us? What about us? What about us? But since we were represented in the review, we gave our assessment on the commitments that were made, we'll feel like when the policy is out, we'll have something to back on, like, oh yes, our views were heard. And so also coming from diverse backgrounds, we feel like this has empowered our age group or the youth, and also in their social programs, wherever they are coming from, students in their schools, they will plow back the knowledge that they were gathering in these consultations.
Tapandula, were there specific discussions or findings that surprised you during the review process?
Yeah, there was, because I got to know that Namibia is in the top 10 that we are not. Most youth are out there. We are not having most challenges like other countries that they have, and also we have a lot of youth that empower other people to come out and also speak for the voices people, because other countries don't do that.
That's fantastic to know that Namibia is in the top 10 that do that. Juniors, how do you plan to continue advocating for youth voices in the implementation of the DPD at 10 and localizing, of course, the hashtag ICPD in Africa beyond this platform?
Oh yes, that's something very close to my heart, youth advocacy, and especially for pertinent policies and summits like AADPD and ICPD. So what I'll continue doing as a thought leader, I write, I publish opinion articles which are backing on data, on research, whereby I go out there behind the scenes. I'm like, there's this topic, there's this SRHR, so to say, there's alcohol abuse. What's the gap? What do we need to do? So I take out the data, and then also observance. You see people in society, mingling around bars, and it's mostly youngsters. So those are the reviews that I get from my research, and then I put them in society through media houses like those publishers. Then that's how I will continue. And then contributing to AAPDB, I will continue doing the research based on the commitments that we made, and also assessing the level of implementation within these commitments. If they are achieved, then I'll raise it out. And then also through writing these opinions as a thought leader, I've seen a collective of youth coming to me. They are joining the train of being thought leaders. They want to see difference, and with the little that come to me, that population that comes to me through my thought leader, it's showing interest that society is really reading. Namibians are really fighting for change. So I'll continue doing that. So just watch the space. I'll be doing my thought leadership based on research and statistics that are valid to solve these problems in society.
Fantastic. Well, Junius Tapandula, thank you so much for being here this evening. It was lovely having you with us.
Thanks,
Thank you
Nina.
so much, ma'am.
When we come back, we talk more on this evening. We'll talk on health matters. Stay with us. We'll be right back.